Hello, welcome to this new episode of my series, my Game Boy collection. We're back on the Game Boy and Game Boy Color today, and with another great entry on this series, and in my opinion, the very greatest. In the previous episode, we explored how in my early 20s my love for the Game Boy was rekindled, and I started buying Game Boy games either online or on retro video game stores. Just like the previous one, this game was purchased online. Around the same time I got Super Mario Land 2. The game I am referring to is Tiny Toon Adventures Bab's Big Break. Where to begin with this game? Growing up in the 90s, I was a huge fan of the Tiny Toons. It ranks as my favorite 90s cartoon, and that's saying a lot, as there were many 90s cartoons that were really great. Based on the Looney Tunes, this teenager adaptation of Warner Brothers' most iconic cartoons was one of the best things that ever happened in the 90s cartoon television. And indeed, with Steven Spielberg as a producer, you know that the end result would be great. The show was often satirical of the 90s television and had some really great episodes, including two MTV parody episodes with some great music videos. The show was really popular at the time, and so various video games were released in many platforms. I first played the Game Boy version of this game when I was like 7 years old. My family and I were in France during a vacation trip, along with another couple and their daughters. The two daughters had the cartridge of this great game and we used to play it all the time. I remember I almost managed to complete the game during that trip, but I couldn't defeat the final boss. After that, I asked my parents to buy me the game, but they deemed me too little to have a Game Boy. As I said in the first episode of this series, I got my first Game Boy around the age of 10, and as such I couldn't find the Tiny Toon Adventure game as it was already out of circulation. From ages 20 to 20, I always wanted to have that game, but I just couldn't find it anywhere. But that changed with online purchasing. Once I got the hang of it, I searched for this great game online and managed to acquire it. And really cheaply as well. It might have taken me 10 years or so, but I finally made one of my dreams come true. Now let's talk about the game itself. Now, this game is really great, and it is one of the most popular on the Game Boy actually. It was released in 1991, and this game is directly linked to the series, which aired between 1990 and 1992. In this game, you can play as one of the three main characters of the show, Buster Bunny, Plucky Duck, and Hampton Pig. The mere fact that you could interchange between these characters blew my mind as a kid, and it still is great today as each character has hilarious ammo to use, each with a different attack. And the graphics are great, the music is great, and the gameplay is astonishing. The game has many layers of different settings and it never gets old. Two hilarious minigames can also be found in this game, and almost every Tiny Toon character makes an appearance throughout the game. In some cases even helps the main characters. I can actually not stretch out how much I love this game. It is my personal favorite for the Game Boy. And in fact it is one of my all-time favorite games in any console or computer, not only because it has an emotional significance for me, but it also is really enjoyable to play, and I think even for non-fans of the show. It is definitely a must-have for any collector in my opinion, and if you were a 90s kid, I think you would have great memories about this show and this game as well. So let's see how our list goes now. There are some changes to be had here. As you can see, the chronological list has been updated, that's a given, but the rank list has changed, with Super Mario Land 2 toppled from the rank list by Tiny Toon Adventures, as it is my favorite game growing up, and it still holds out to this day. Though this first place will last till the end of the series, the rest of these games are bound to change in rank. So this is it for now. If you like my video, make sure you subscribe and... So this is it for now. If you like my video, make sure you subscribe and consider supporting me on Patreon. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about this series and my channel in general. Cheers.